I founded Top Seeds Lab, which is now the leading accelerator in Spain that belongs to the Global Accelerator Network. And I realized that the technology companies, they needed more than money. After 40 deals that I negotiate and close, I could clearly see that the entrepreneur needs money and contacts. So they really need help to access large corporations. So we actually developed this new concept of Widerpool together with my co-founder Adash Radia in Singularity University, because we were thinking how we could disrupt ourselves in the technology investing space. So Widerpool is the new concept of helping entrepreneurs by giving them distribution and money.
So who is Widerpool and how did we start? Widerpool is my business partner, Ignacio Macias, and myself, Adash Radia, two entrepreneurs brought together through the YPO organization, and we both met at Singularity University, learning a bit more about exponential technology. What brought us there? My journey was, I was a Kenyan-born serial entrepreneur. I've been living in London now for about 20 years. And what's really had me motivated over the last few years to become an entrepreneur was to start to rethink industries that I thought had been left behind in terms of how they were progressing forward. The first being the restaurant space in London, namely in the Indian sphere. And really that was a seed for the idea around Dishoom. Later on, I co-founded a business called Kite, and that was to really challenge how innovation was taking place in the eyewear industry. And Widerpool really is a continuation of that. We started last year with our first global call. And we very much started like a startup. We started with an MVP, or a minimum viable product, which effectively was focusing on the two verticals that Ignacio and myself have the most experience with, being the fintech and the telco spaces. The call was to invite any growth stage technology business that effectively had been generating revenue or were post-seed to apply with any technology that they had developed. And how we decided how we were going to focus or curate the right type of technology businesses for these spaces were we had gone ahead and interviewed a whole raft of tier one banks and telcos ahead of the time to assess what the key challenges and pain points they're facing were. And this was basically our framework for how we approached the technology businesses. We then recruited a group of advisory board members, 50 strong, which were effectively C-level executives or very experienced entrepreneurs within these two verticals to help us go through the whole jury process. The result was, after about 3 months of opening this call, we had 87 technology businesses apply. We then started the jury process and whittled this down to an initial shortlist of 25 technology businesses that our advisory board helped us evaluate. Following this, we had a bit more of a detailed jury process and analysis of these companies that then further drew this number down to 10, which is when we started detailed due diligence on all these companies with detailed meetings and calls, technical due diligence, legal due diligence, etc. And the result was 3 call winners that we had towards the end of last year, which we were very pleased to announce, Trunomi, Channel Vass, and Myrex. And these are the 3 companies that we will now be taking to our network and partners, corporates, to try and help scale them and integrate them into corporate partners that we have.
So what happens when a technology company wins our global calls? Well, first of all, we develop a go-to-market plan, go global. So we ask the CEO of the technology company about their priorities. Which markets are they willing to reach? what market segments, and what main clients, what ideal clients they would like to have as a customers, as a customers that will help them to grow. So after we develop this global business development plan, we invest in these companies $250,000 from our angel fund just to put some skin in the game ourselves and to give them some additional resources so they can hire a business development manager, because all these companies they usually have enough money to survive and to keep growing, but and they're usually most of them VC backed. But with this $250,000, they hire a business development manager that can be with us trying to reach large corporations all around the world. So we invest in these companies and then we give them resources to reach big clients. So first of all, we give them introductions to large corporations. Those leads comes from our advisory board group. So we have around 50 advisory board members that are top CEOs that are looking for opportunities for these technology companies. Can you imagine this as an entrepreneur having 50 CEOs working for you? This is exactly what is happening in Widerpool. They will give you leads and also help you to reach properly these large corporations. And why are they doing this? Well, they're doing this because they really believe in the Widerpool spirit. They really think that large corporations need these technology companies, and they understand that it's not easy for the technology companies to reach the large corporations. So the process is that we ask for leads to this advisory board group, and then we get this huge list of potential clients, and we go back to the technology company CEO, and we prioritize the list of the potential customers. And after that, there is a partner that is helping us to do the business development process together with the CEO of the technology company. One of the partners that we're using is Demtech International. This company, with all their resources, that they've been doing this for the last 15 years, are helping these technology companies to sell their solution to the large corporations. Do the business cases, explain it in a way that the large corporations they really see the benefit in their P&L, and of course help them to navigate into this difficult global business development plan. So of course this is a long process, and that will take something like, I will say, 1 year or so, and it's a collaboration process. So we are not charging money to the technology companies to do that. More of the opposite, we're investing our own money to help them to grow. We provide resources so they can go global.
So if you're a corporate, why would you come to Widerpool? Well, let me give you an analogy. If you were a house buyer and you were looking for a mortgage, why wouldn't you go to a broker? It's very difficult for mortgage companies to come and find you. Similarly, if you were looking to sell your business, would you try and do it yourself, or if there was a marketplace, perhaps? But you'd rather go to a corporate finance house who is well tapped in and has wider knowledge of who strategic buyers might be. So just like that, we are curating technology businesses for a corporate. So we are a good route for a corporate to be able to tap into technology that's relevant to them. In terms of how we also structure our business, we've talked to you about global calls, which is where we invite the best technology companies in the spaces that we're recruiting in to apply. But we also do a bespoke or a tailored call for specific corporates.
A tailored call is a competition made just for them. So we talk to them, we analyze the concrete needs that they have, and we create this large competition all over the world. And we select the companies that we think that can help these specific corporations to innovate and to reach a new market. And we select the companies together, and after that we co-invest with the corporation if the corporation wants, because we also want to have some skin in the game. And after we select the winners, we help the company to really integrate within the corporation, because it's always a challenge.
I'd like to think that working with Widerpool on a tailored call is quite a compelling reason for corporate to work with us, because in essence it de-risks the innovation process for the corporate. The costs are much less than to develop technology on their own. Also to create their own network of trying to access technology like this. These are technology businesses that have proven revenue generation, product market fit, have already secured investment. So in essence, we're offering a de-risk process to the corporate to access innovation.